What do you do when your family and friends just aren't on board with your business ideas or with your goals? We're going to cover that in today's video. Hey guys, what's up? Jeremy back here with another video to help you in efforts to living the dream and making a profitable living doing what you love. Today's video's topic is very close to my heart. It's something I hold very special. It's something that I'm constantly working on, and I know that you are, or you are needing to as well. So you have an idea, you have a goal, maybe you have a business that's already in the works or a business idea, and you just can't seem to get your friends and family, the people that you love the most, on board with it. Maybe you kind of feel like they're taking from it because they aren't asking about it. Maybe you feel like they're distracting you. Maybe you feel like they aren't helping you. Well, I've been in that situation and it can feel kind of helpless at times. And today I want to share with you exactly what to do so that you become a pro at setting boundaries and saying no to the people that you love without hurting them or causing a mess in the process. This is very important because it's not always that your friends and your family and the people around you are going to know what's going on in your head or going on in your heart. And you will always have to not only set boundaries, but reestablish boundaries with people that you love, because God bless them, they may not know that they are, intruding on one of your boundaries. They may not think that you have a boundary, right? Like, I'm a pretty open book in my life and I try to be as welcoming as possible. But when it comes to, getting things done, when it comes to my time for myself, and when it comes to especially anytime I feel someone is taking my energy or taking away from my things, I am very quick to put a boundary in place or to let them know that a boundary is now being established because there wasn't, some sort of respect there, or I see the opportunity for the respect to not be there. So I need to be proactive on that. And there are times with this that I have done really, really well, but there are more times where I have done really, really poorly at this. Okay. For instance, right before I hit record on this was a better example of this. Friend came over, knocked, and usually it's, hey, come in, let's catch up, conversations, yada, yada. But I'm recording right now. I'm in content production mode. I'm here for you right now, right? I'm here to give my wisdom to the world, and I'm here to share my experience with the world. So that door didn't open all the way. It said, hey, what's up? Like, everything all good? Cool, I'm in the middle of recording. Got to get back to it. If I was flustered or in the past, it's possible that I might have said something that wasn't so nice or so friendly, or the door just went open and it's like, yeah, hey, come in, let's take a quick break. And that person might not feel like or know that they are intruding on what is most important to me, which is creating content. And so it's only through my actions and my protection of myself, that space, that energy, this environment, that I can be able to do those things. So when you don't have boundaries established, it unfortunately creates an environment for you to get walked on. So you might be watching this right now and you're feeling like you're walked on. You're probably being walked on, and it's not their fault. It's your fault. You got to take responsibility for it, right? It's part of being an adult. And you are in your situation because of you. But it's a perfect time. You needed that moment. You needed to feel stepped on and walked all over in order for you to figure out what's important to you, in order to figure out what you value in your relationships and with your friendships. And what a beautiful thing. What a beautiful moment for you to pause and for you to reestablish what it is that you're wanting and to put those things back in order. And, for some of you, it might be your parents. They want you to go to college. Maybe they paid for you to college. And so a business idea, get out of here. It's not going to happen. Or maybe you have a business already and your friend group, they don't, which is completely fine too. They may be working Monday through Friday, right? But as an entrepreneur, you know that you're working around the clock always, and that even on your most productive day, that you go to bed, there's still an endless mountain of work for you when you wake up. We live at that tension, right? And I have my own thoughts and my own wisdom on that. So if you want to hear more about that process and that mindset, would love to share it. Just leave a comment below or send me a DM on here on YouTube or on Instagram. You really have to look at those relationships. If you have friends who are working Monday through Friday and you're working Monday through Monday, well, those people are going to want to hang out on Saturday and Sunday. They're going to want to not to do anything productive, which is their right on Saturday or Sunday. And you have the right to say if you want to join them or not, but you also have the right to stop and reflect and think of what it is that you're wanting. One weekend out of the month with your friends is not the end of the world. Every single weekend with your friends will make you just like your friends who are working Monday through Friday, which is completely fine. But if you're watching this, right, and you're a high performer, or you're wanting to be, or you're an entrepreneur, or you're wanting to be, you have to have boundaries. And even bigger, money aside, if you have a purpose on this earth and a passion that you are going after, then those things need to be protected as well. And you need to spend time honing that craft and making those things come to life. And I can tell you that spending every weekend with your friends who are probably not on their purpose or on their passion is not going to lend itself to where you want to be. And so you really do have to take a look at those relationships and find ways to say no. So let's talk about that for a second. You have some friends, maybe 2, 3, or 4 of them, and they, want to do something this weekend, or just say like, hey, it's a weekend, they're going to be hanging out and you're going to be hanging out with them. Something that you might want to do is, come Monday, let's fast forward to a Monday, just text them and let them know, hey, over this next month, I'm going to be really heads down and focused on what I'm doing. And that's going to mean that on weekends, I'm probably not going to be around as much, but I want to let you know so that you know it's nothing personal, and because I want you to hold me accountable, and because I want for you to feel involved. And I would love your help if you're interested, or something like that. So you can kind of see inside of there what I did. I made it not about them. I made it about me, and I made it about even outside of me, about this purpose, this thing that I'm doing. And I made it an apology, and I made it something that they can kind of understand. And I also asked for their involvement and for their engagement, and I welcomed it. And so you can see that there's some experience inside of there, but that's one way that you can right now start to shift those relationships so that when they check up on you and they're calling you, it's not to say, hey, let's go get a drink, or hey, let's hang, what are you doing? It's more of, hey, dude, I'm checking on you just to see how your goals are coming. How's your business? How are things? Cool. Awesome. Just want to chat real quick. Give me a call after when you get free. If you do have some time, let's do dinner or something. I can tell you that from years of doing this over time, I now have a peer group that understands the majority of that, where they understand that if I want to hang out with them, I want to do it at a place where I can eat at the same time. Like a Top Golf is an example that I always use, that I can layer up multiple things that might not lend itself so much to the goals that I'm having, so I can go and have fun and, network and still do all of that, eat at the same time, whatever. You really have to mold your relationships into where you want them to be. If you have a spouse or a romantic partner, you'll also want to do this conversation with them so that they know. And you have to have a balance with it too, right? Like you really got to find that line for you in your life and with your people, because these are people that you love, and these are people who do love you and want to see what's best for you. And every time I've had this conversation, even when it hasn't gone well, we usually get to a point where it's, hey, I care for you and you care about me, and that's why this is where it's at, and that's all it is. So let's sort back through and let's talk about what we both need from each other, but what we're both wanting. Sometimes that conversation is, I want nothing from you. And that's completely okay. It's a beautiful thing. They can go and find other people too. Other times it's, you're really not involved and you're really distracting me, and I need for your involvement, and I need for you to help me and to hold me accountable with this. Those sort of conversations will help you. So if you have somebody in your life who you love and who is maybe encroaching on your boundaries, number one, you have to have your own boundaries. And number two, you have to constantly enforce them, and you have to constantly remind people of them, and you have to protect yourself and your energy, because you're never going to get to your purpose and to living your dream at any rate if you have people around you who are distracting you, or if you don't have boundaries. So I want to hear from you. Have you thought through your boundaries, or is this video causing for that? And if you have, what sort of situations have you been working through in order to reinforce those boundaries and to keep yourself protected? I want to know selfishly so I can improve myself, and I know that you'll help a lot of people out in the comments by sharing your thoughts. Hey, if you like this, then you'll love my VIP newsletter, where I send out exclusive resources that don't go anywhere else. They give you insights into courses, tips, giveaways, and other ways that you can live the dream and make a profitable living in that process. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys back with another one tomorrow. Cheers.